Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. And on tap tonight, it's the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Washington Wizards. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. And how about we check the numbers for Bradley Beal?
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin.
Interesting, D.A. Thank you. Greg, both teams love to push the ball up the floor, even off of made shots.
And trying to get those easy ones before the defense can get set is always an advantage, and you're seeing more and more teams trying to speed up their pace of play.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. In the backcourt, it's Dinwiddie and Beal. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Rui Hachimura. And it's Gafford in at the 5. And for the Mavericks. And the post players for him, Kleber and Porzingis.
Here we go.
Reggie Bullock is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward. Now, here's Bullock. Not a lot of room. Doncic outside. Teardrop shot. It's good.
Boy, calm and collected inside. Doncic's scoring ability, wide-ranging.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Beal from long range. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Doncic outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Doncic has got 5 points so far.
Boy, Doncic showing you his competitiveness right there with the back at you 3. The revenge triple. Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Now, here's Bullock. He's covered by Beal. Doncic outside. Dallas moving it around. Porzingis, and he banks in the lane.
When you play with Luka now, Doncic, he's ready to find you if you're open, so you've got to be ready to receive.
And you know you're special when you're drafted 3rd and people still can't believe you slipped that far. That's how good Doncic has been in his young career.
Now here is Hachimura. Back to Beal from downtown. And again, Washington with the triple.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
And Greg, at the time of the 2018 draft, Luka Doncic was regarded as the best international prospect ever.
And that sounds right because, you know, coming from Europe, a lot of people assume that he's got a low ceiling, but he's surpassing all those expectations.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Last game for the Mavericks, it was a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. To the middle, it's tipped. And it's Bullock in the corner. Back to Porzingis. Lock at 6. And the shot goes down.
How about Porzingis showing us a little dexterity and fleet-footedness there? Love seeing him work that part of his game into his back.
Now here is Hachimura. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Off target from outside. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 1. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
What a duel that was. Exciting all the way to the end. Really a shame someone had to walk away with an L.
I tell you, it's too bad one of them had to lose because I thought both teams were evenly matched in that game.
So it's the Wizards now. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And it says a lot about you that even when you're not at your best, they definitely were still in that game and able to win comfortably.
They were better than the box score might indicate because they were solid in execution, more so than the stats would show.
Here's Hachimura after Luka Doncic's bucket. Dinwiddie's shot is off. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. The drive by Doncic. And Bullock now top of the key. Back to Doncic. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And it's Dallas with another.
You can tell that Doncic is comfortable with his role. I mean, that role is to score and score often. He has no problems with that.
Dinwiddie passes to Kuzma. Bounce pass from Beal. Pass to Hachimura. And here is Hardaway. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Kleber. That shot off. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Beal with it. Out-guarded by Porzingis. And they pick up 2.
Kuzma excellent at using his height and touch to perfection. Very confident player.
Who wants the T-shirt? All right, rookies come on to the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
The Mavericks will go for a different look here. Brown's checked in for Porzingis. Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Reggie Bullock. The Wizards also changing it up. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. And Davis Bertans subbed in for Kyle Kuzma. Here's Doncic. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Clippers.
And he was relentless in that one. I mean, he wanted to be the first to every rebound and almost was.
Dinwiddie with the rebound. Washington trailing. To the paint. Now here's Brunson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And here's Doncic from the arc. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Washington's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Outside for Beal. Hachimura with it. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Oklahoma City. And it's blocked by Brown. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Shot clock at 6. The shot by Beal, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
The shot's good from Brunson.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Wizards trail by 6. Here's Dinwiddie. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
Now here's Brunson. Spins. Here's Doncic. Can't convert off the spin. Dinwiddie against Doncic. Knocked away. Doncic with the steal. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And it's Dallas with another. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Dallas.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Mavericks dance team.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Mavericks. In the early season, they find themselves down in 9th place.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
And, you know, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, they can start to break out of that pattern.
1:51 left in the first quarter of the game. Passes to Beal. And it's Hachimura penetrating. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. What's the most important thing, Clark, the player has to focus on when it's this early in the season?
Well, I think one is making sure you're in really good shape, and then getting comfortable with your teammates is another element, and getting your chemistry and timing back. Those are probably the most important things.
And the first one drops.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and exciting young player to watch.
Hachimura hits them both. Mavericks leading by 3. Doncic passes to Brunson. Over Beal. And it comes off the front of the rim. Washington's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Hachimura. And the dunk by Hachimura.
And the athleticism on display. You got to enjoy watching Hachimura go for the powerful finish.
Doncic outside. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Hachimura who brings up the ball for Washington. Nice ball movement by Washington. Bertans kicks to Beal. The pass to Hachimura. Back to Beal. 5 to shoot. Driving inside. That puts them in the lead.
Moses Brown. That's his first personal foul.
Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Wizards?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Hachimura. And Raul Neto is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Now, here's Doncic. And just miss after miss right now. Doncic against Beal. Caldwell-Pope passes to Neto. Outside, Beal. Out to the right wing. Down low. Doncic with the steal. Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. And the rejection by Harrell.
You know, when Harrell does a good job with his positioning defensively, he can block some shots. Solid job right there.
Wizards substitution. Thomas Bryant. Denny Avdia.
The 3 for Doncic. Bryant with the rebound. Caldwell-Pope feeling it out a bit. With 2 seconds left. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for the Washington Wizards. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We come back right after this. And big man Kristaps Porzingis, not resting on his laurels, he describes what he does to get better in the offseason.
It's getting in that weight room and living in there, basically.
And at 7'3", and with a few injuries over the last couple of years, Greg, that lower body strength work, so important for KP.
Absolutely. I mean, his skill is tremendous for a player his size, but keeping his body strong is going to be critical.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Taking a look at the Wizards. In the backcourt, it's Dinwiddie and Beal. Ryan is out there with Daniel Gafford. And it's Hachimura in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Gafford. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kristaps Porzingis is returning to form after his knee surgery. He says making sure it's strong and stable is nonstop work. I'm feeling better, and I have confidence that I can go out there and play freely. His offense has been great. It's the defensive end that he's still getting right. Guys?
Well, we know he can be a presence, DA, and I think eventually he's going to be what he wants to be. Thank you. Here's Brunson. Rui Hachimura picking up that last basket. Pass to Bullock. Jacks up a 3. Hachimura grabs the miss. Hachimura's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Porzingis with the block.
When a guy has a 7'6" wingspan like Porzingis does, it's just tough to get away from him and get by him. That allows him to block a lot of shots.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Berton is checked in. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Beal finds Hachimura. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got his 4th assist in this one.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Brunson scanning the floor. Pass to Porzingis. 3-pointer. That shot is off. And it's Washington the other way. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road floor.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so here is Dallas following the bucket by the Wizards. Pass to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Porzingis sets the pick for Brunson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Gafford. Washington leading now by 8. Stolen away. Now here's Bullock. He's guarded closer. Out to Hardaway. The 3. Dallas no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And as you can see, he still wears Hardaway Jr. on the back of his jersey, Clark, showing respect for the path his father laid.
And Kevin, how cool is that? You know, his dad, Tim Hardaway Sr., was an all-star point guard. And even if Junior never makes an all-star game, he certainly is making his father proud. That's a real cool story.
Basket counts.
Oh, that's just tremendous focus there, guys. I mean, Hardaway Jr. doing a nice job keeping his composure in a tough spot.
And Washington making a change. Kuzma's checked in. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. There might be more talent at the point guard position now, Greg, than there's ever been in the NBA. But who do you think sits at the top of that list?
I mean, Kevin, there's so many incredible talents. And not that I'm dodging it, but honestly, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It depends on what kind of tickles your fancy in terms of the point guard. If it's the ability to shoot and play without it, Steph's at the top of your league list. But then you get a guy like Chris Paul, who I think is as good as anybody's ever been in the pick and roll. So they're just different ways to approach this thing. And, of course, now I've forgotten 4 or 5 guys that I should have added into this conversation.
And Washington has possession following the 3-point basket by Dallas. Gafford inside. He's against Porzingis. Clock is at 3. Drains the 3-pointer. Berton's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Let's hear it, fans. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
Some changes here for the Mavericks. Brown, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Mavericks trail by 5. Now Bullock. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Three-pointer. And that's good. Luka Doncic for 3.
You know, what makes Luka so special and lethal is that he has the ability and the knack for taking over games at the most opportune time.
Now here's Beal. 17 points for him last game against Oklahoma City. Inside. Wizards need to get a shot off here. Bertans can't get it to go. Dallas has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. On the wing, Doncic to the inside. And he hits it to tie the game up.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing that results in a great look.
Timeout is charged to Washington. All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for research time. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Davis Bertans. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Raul Neto subbed in for Dinwiddie. Washington's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Out to the right wing. And there's the pass to Harrell. To the left side wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Kuzma. Uses the glass to finish the lane. Kuzma's got his second bucket tonight.
You know, body him up all you want. It doesn't bother Kyle Kuzma. He's got great competitive spirit and skill.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Now here's Harrell. No points in the game hit for him. Ryan in the post. He's covered by Brown. There's Harrell. And Harrell shoots it in.
It's not complicated. There's a reason Harrell shoots a high percentage, because he finds ways to get dunks like this.
The Mavericks have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
1:58 left in the first half. Here's Doncic. And the rejection by Harrell.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
So it's the Mavericks now, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma from deep. Doncic outside. From the stripe. Again, the Mavericks score.
You know, Luka's one of those players where the mid-range shot is really a weapon for him, not just an afterthought. I mean, he is lights out from that distance.
1:25 left to play here in the half. Neto surveying the floor. Harrell the pass to Bryant. Back to Harrell. Misses the baby hook. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. Mavericks making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Abdias checked in for the Wizards. Dallas has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Doncic outside. Nice move. shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his second personal foul.
And Kevin, everybody's dissected Luka's offensive game, trying to find that weakness.
The line for Dallas.
I'm just here to tell you, I don't think he has it.
It's his first trip to the line.
The line for 2.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Now an MVP caliber player. Doncic's drive is evident. I mean, he's somebody that wants to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. And he's well on his way based on what he's done thus far.
He doesn't get the second one. Powell dishes to Doncic. And here's Bullock. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Count that bucket. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Bryant. Unloads from 13. And Avdia, the bucket on the assist by Bryant.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
We've got 28 seconds left now here in the second. Now here's Bullock. Down low. Stolen by Avdia. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Harrell kicks to Neto. Shoots the 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Here's Doncic. And Dallas again with the bucket.
You know, the moment Luka gets loose now, his shot is off. Great quick release for the big guy.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Hey folks, we know you're anxious for the first half breakdown. And here's the trivia question for the night. Who makes the power rankings? And now let's analyze his first half. It's been all Luka Doncic, just doing whatever he wants out there.
The defense is geared up to stop him. Looked like he studied film before the game on this one. He put in a lot of work because over and over, he's found ways to get his shot off. That's pretty impressive.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And the post players for him, Kleber and Porzingis. Luka Doncic out there with Reggie Bullock, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Now, here's Gafford. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Great open look there. Kuzma's got the game tied up here for the Wizards.
Tell you what, guys, he seems to improve with every game. I mean, Kuzma continues to hone his catch-and-shoot game.
Dallas has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They are 4 for 9. Intercepted. Dinwiddie left side. There's Beal with the 3. That shot no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Gafford, no one around him. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Kuzma passes to Gafford. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Beal drives in. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Dallas shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Porzingis has got 7 points in the game.
That's a weapon Porzingis uses effectively. I mean, teams are ready for it now, but there's still not a lot you can do against him when he's knocking down the three.
Now here's Beal. 9 points in the game so far. Hardaway with the bounce pass for three. Bullock. Another three for Dallas.
How about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Wizards trail by 6. This is it to Hachimura. Beal fires from way outside. And they'll get another chance. Hachimura kicks to Beal. The Wizards with another miss. Dallas has gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Dinwiddie drives in. Beal finds Hachimura. Now here's Gafford. Here's Dinwiddie. That one's off. Still out of sync. To the paint. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
All right, rookies come on to the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
Jalen Brunson. He's checked in for Reggie Bullock. While we have a moment, let's now take a look at the top shot blockers in the NBA. You take a look at Gafford. Fierce inside defender. Tops in the NBA in blocks.
What an intimidator he is in the paint. I mean, he shot to the top of that leaderboard, and nobody feels comfortable putting a shot up around him right now.
Dinwiddie passes to Hachimura. Right side, Beal. Kuzma outside. Now the pass to Gafford. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And Dinwiddie's very cerebral.
And you know what, Greg? I love what he said. I mean, he said, I think there's a difference between internal confidence and situational confidence. That's a beautiful, profound statement. He believes in himself regardless of his environment and attributes that belief to his upbringing and his family.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And that one, good.
How about that wonderful floater he has? Showing off an exquisite touch.
All right, rookies come on to the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. And a switcher also for Washington. Davis Bertans checks in for Kyle Kuzma. Wizards trail by 12. Dinwiddie attacking. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. Pass to Brunson. Doncic outside. Just 5 to shoot. And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Monday, they'll go up against the Spurs in San Antonio. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Brown's checked in. All free throws good from Doncic. And for the first time in 2021, Clark, we had the full play-in tournament featuring the 7 through 10 seeds. What'd you think of the new format?
I really enjoyed it. I mean, again, part of it was we're coming out of a pandemic, and so we're starving for all things sports, and this added another level of excitement to, I think, the best game in the world, NBA basketball. We had Steph against LeBron and AD. So I think it was a pretty awesome result overall. But he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead has got down now to just 11 on the basket from Bertans. And here are the Mavericks now. Brunson with it. He has 7. Here's Doncic. And no good, trying to use the glass.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Dinwiddie passes to Gafford. Pass to Bertans. He kicks it to Beal. Passes it to Hachimura. Off target with his 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
And that one drops for him. 33 points for Luka Doncic.
Speedy drive by Doncic. That doesn't quite go together. He usually is going at his home pace, but he does take advantage of holes when he sees them.
It's Beal on the wing. Nice ball movement by Washington. Gafford kicks to Beal. A three-pointer is right on target. Beal's got 6 here in this quarter.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And here is Doncic after the three-pointer from Bradley Beal. And Hardaway gets it to go.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, then you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Hachimura the pass to Dinwiddie. Gafford against Brown. A shot by Bertans. Nobody around. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks chips.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
All right, look who's coming on the court. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. The Wizards also changing it up. Ryan is checked in for Daniel Gafford. Harrell comes in for Rui Hachimura. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Dinwiddie. Here's Powell. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Brunson the pass to Doncic. Releases. And he hits the jump shot. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Now here's Bryant. Makes it off the glass. Bryant's got his first bucket in this one.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Brunson. 7 points in the game. Powell finds Doncic. Here's Brunson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Back to Harrell. Stolen by Brunson. There's 31 seconds left in the third. Doncic outside. And the pass to Finney-Smith. Lets it go with a three. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 6th assist on the night. Doncic against Beal. Caldwell Pope outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
I think Caldwell Pope has done a nice job developing into a legit deep ball threat.
The three for Doncic. Drills it from outside. Doncic has got 12 points in just the second half.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that when you don't have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Right back after this break. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Washington. In the backcourt, it's Dinwiddie and Beal. Daniel Gafford is out there with Thomas Bryant. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward position.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Dinwiddie outside. Outside, Beal shoots over Bullock. Beal can't get it to go. Dallas leading by 13. Bullock passes to Doncic. Porzingis at the elbow. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Porzingis. Doncic has got 40 points. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Washington Wizards. And it's Bryant in the corner. Offline with his three. Dallas shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Pass to Kleber. Here's Doncic. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
You know, often once Luka gets the ball, it's all over. It's all she wrote. He's well positioned to finish that catch and shoot.
Wizards trail by 17. Dinwiddie left side. Bryant finds Gafford. Nice ball movement by Washington. Beal from long range. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Pass to Gafford. Inside. Porzingis with the steal. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Again, the Mavericks score. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing efforts at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
Amazing how many players we're seeing come into the NBA, Clark, from all over the world right now.
Well, it's truly a global game, Kevin, and give credit to former Commissioner David Stern and certainly Adam Silver and his staff. But the league is a global league. The star players have done a great job of promoting it as a worldwide game as well. Every year you get players from multiple continents, Asia, Africa, Europe, Australia. Basketball is, again, it's a global game, so it makes sense we'll see more players from all over the world in the NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Davis Bertans checks in for Washington. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. Mavericks leading by 19 points. Porzingis with a screen on Dinwiddie. And Dinwiddie over to help. A three from Porzingis. Another three for Dallas.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Dinwiddie against Brunson. Dinwiddie kicks to Hachimura. And again, Washington no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Washington's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Bertans. Porzingis against Gafford. Dinwiddie outside. 5 on the clock. Off target from three-point range.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And, Greg, the league's in a great place for challenge. So many incredible players just entering their primes. You excited where the league is right now headed?
Oh, my goodness, Kevin. Guys like Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell. I mean, the list goes on and on. And a lot of these youngsters carrying their teams to great heights. Impressive to watch.
Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. And so Bullock nails both of them. For Washington, they've gone a dismal 0-for-5 to get the fourth quarter underway. Right wing. Hachimura kicks to Bertans. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bertans got 9 points now in just the second half.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Here's Bullock following the three-pointer by Washington. Dallas again missing.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
Dinwiddie passes to Hachimura. And here is Gafford. Beal finds Gafford. Back to Beal from outside the arc. That shot off the mark. Now Dallas takes it the other way. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Over to the left wing. Bullock dishes to Powell. The pass to Brunson. With some arc. Pass to Bullock. Brunson against Dinwiddie. Powell with a screen on Dinwiddie. Brunson, good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Dinwiddie. The Mavericks making the shot. It's Beal on the wing. But Trey, good on the triple.
Showing no signs of letting up here.
Now Brunson. And Clark, the NBA is supporting those players who use their platform for change. In 2021, the NBA created the new Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Award.
Yeah, that sends a really powerful message because those who have followed the career of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was my idol as I was growing up, know that he not only performed at the highest level between the lines, but he has always been a voice and an activist for social justice, for education, for doing what's right and decent. His career outside of basketball clearly embodies what being about human rights is all about. So that's a really powerful message, and one that I'm glad to see the NBA put forth.
And here's Brunson after Rui Hachimura gets his shot to go from deep.
All right, look who's coming out to start. Come on and get loud for your Mavericks dance team.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Bullock passes to Doncic. Kleber with it, and Hachimura picks him up defensively. Back to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Kleber.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
From deep.
2 minutes.
Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 5 rebounds tonight. Kuzma inside. He's guarded by Bullock. And that one's good. Hachimura.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
And here's Bullock after Rui Hachimura gets his shot to go from deep. Doncic against Dinwiddie. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And here's Bullock from the arc. They get it back. Brown finds Hardaway. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Dallas.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
The first one falls. Dallas making a switch here. Finney-Smith's checked in. Good on both. Here's Washington now. They're on a 14-6 run. A crossover and finished off by Beal.
And this is Beal at his best. He's cooking with grease, and his teammates need to keep feeding him.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doncic looking it over. Hardaway up top, guarded by Kuzma. Hardaway against Kuzma. Now here's Doncic. Tight defense on him, and the layup's good off the glass.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Doncic against Dinwiddie. Gafford, high post. Beal against Hardaway. Here's Hachimura. Here's Beal. Some solid defense from Brown. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thank you, Kevin. Hey, Luka.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.